secret, they know all of us are dope. And people need us. We can't let them fight this battle alone. We done lost some folks and we can't lose no more. So I'ma be breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans.
Just got a call from my dog, he was slipping. He said that he saw what he saw, but wish he didn't. I told him that we all was a part of what we witnessed. He said that the law be going hard. I said they been dead, where you been? It's time to bring your best out, kids. Cause this ain't a protest, this a lifestyle change. Which means my child is your child. Protect and respect our queen. Hell of a thing to be melanin made.
Baby, I don't want no smoke. It ain't no secret, they know all of us are dope. They know, and our people need us. We can't let them fight this battle alone. We done lost some folks and we can't lose no more.
So mama,
breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans.
Happy every day.
Yeah. What's good? What's the word? Wait a minute, I need the applause though. Bing. Let's do it. Let's keep it old natural. One more time. Steve Roy, Black Boo, Alpha Duncan. Good to see y'all. What's good with you? Good evening. Good afternoon. Oh, can you see me? I don't know. Let's try it again. Stop the screen share. Hey, what's up with you? We're a little dark in here. What's the good word? Hold on. Let me get some light on here, man. Shine some vitamin D on the situation. Appreciate y'all. What's the good word, man? How you feeling? Welcome to the program. You are now tuned into Let's Go Live with Lamont King. I am Lamont King. Appreciate you. Welcome back to the world. It is a lovely one. Lovely day anyway. Hope you and your family are safe and sound, man. It's a good deal. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now, whatever platform we are broadcasting live from Tiny Closet Studios to the world. So we appreciate you for tuning in. Shout out to everybody. All the good people, the regulars, Ray, Imani, Dr. G. Good to see y'all, man. All right, housekeeping. Download the Humor Mill app. Need y'all to continue to do that so you have it on the ready whenever we get the green light and we take the show on the road, man, and carry it on those mobile devices. They said they in 250 million devices. So we're going to see if we get some new friends and family to the Let's Go Live show. And what else? So today's show is being brought to you in part by drunkenfruit.com, at drunkenfruit on all social media. It's adult candy. Listen here, man, we got a little special going on. You got to go to the website to find out. But the DMV area, this is just for you. They have just been able to set up delivery in the DMV area. So you might want to go in there and get you. It's a dope concept. They're Black owned and operated. It's delicious. We've been partnering with them for years, so I stand by the product. So I'm co-signing. But if you want to place your orders, man, dude, make it happen. All right. Also, please become a patron. So here's the thing. What we're going to do is we are opening up my Patreon. A lot of people are asking which ways to support and how they can support. So Patreon is a subscription-based service. And you're familiar with subscriptions because you got about 11 of them, right? But this is a different one. So some people are kind of weary of Cash App and all the other Zelle and Venmos and all that. So this allows you to get my content in one centralized location and support me at the same time. So what I'm gonna be doing is there's a lot of original content in the form of podcasts, shorts, daily live videos, and other interviews that I'm gonna put all in my Patreon. And with just for as little as, let's see, let's divide up. Carry the one. As little as 70 cents a day, you can subscribe to me for a month and just receive everything. You won't have to find me on here and let's go to Facebook, see this clip. And I might have seen this clip on Twitter. I might have seen this clip on Instagram. You go there and I'm putting everything in there just for you though, just for patrons. Shout out to, we got a patron. Where you go at? We just got a patron yesterday. I appreciate. I really do. Hold on. I got to say his name. I got to give him a shout out. Do. Bear with me for a second. How's your day? That's what's up. Harrison Verrett. Shout out to Harrison Verrett. He's one of our newest patrons over at Patreon. So I appreciate that. Thank you for continuing to support. And everybody else that's comfortable with Cash App, if you're comfortable with it, then we're not going to trip. If you're comfortable with it, all we ask for is $1 a view. Every time you watch the show, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 Eastern time, just drop $1 in the Cash App. It adds up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to people that have been dropped more than $1. I appreciate you too to help keep things rolling here because we got to keep the lights on. You know what I mean? Yeah, nobody yesterday. We had a new executive producer. We signed some paperwork, made some arrangements. We got a new partner for Let's Go Live. And he'll remain nameless at the moment until we discuss further. But I just want to say shout out to you till you let me know that it's okay to give the green light. But the show is executive produced by a major underwriter. So I appreciate that. All right. Now that all that's out the way, I think that's everything. Happy July 1st. Half the year is gone. It's Independence Day, actually. You know, July 1st is Independence Day. What are we independent from? June. Because June was a motherfucker. So this is freedom. We're free from June. Now get ready for July because it's gonna be wild. Let me do this right quick. Yeah, this is what I wanted to do. Stand by. We got some work to do, folks. July 1st. We're gonna be talking about a lot of things today. Some stuff you heard of, some stuff you may not have heard of, some stuff you want to talk about. Can't take that call right now, but let's do this. Let's try this. 844, write this down. 844-298-2731. 844-298-2731. 844-298-2731. My memory is bad, man. After you get 40, you be trying to remember 10 numbers? Crazy.
Thank you for standing with Color of Change and demanding justice for Breonna Taylor.
Press star to start.
Okay. It's my first time doing this. We're doing this live.
We're now about to connect you to Louisville City Council members.
Okay.
Mayor Greg Fisher has disconnected all phone calls, so we are calling on all city council members across the city to immediately demand that the mayor immediately fire all 3 officers who murdered Breonna Taylor. We're going to rotate you through all of their offices, so once you either leave a voicemail or talk to someone, hit the star button and you'll be connected to the next person's office.
Okay.
We are now connecting you to the New York City office of Council Member Peter Koo.
We're sorry there's no one available to take your call at this time. Please leave a message and someone will call you back.
Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up or press the pound key.
Hey, my name is Lamont King from Let's Go Live with Lamont King, concerned citizen. Just calling to remind you to make sure the officers who executed Breonna Taylor, the rogue cops, are brought to justice. Maybe you have some time in your day. Maybe you can issue arrest warrants and bring them in. Brett Hankinson, Jonathan Manningly, and Miles Cosgrove for the murder of Breonna Taylor. Thanks. I appreciate you. Can you get on it?
We are now connecting you to the New York City office of Council Member Lori Cumbo.
Lori Cumbo is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi, Lori. Hey, my name is Lamont King with Let's Go Live with Lamont King. Appreciate everything you do for your district. I was wondering if you had some time, if you could find a way to make sure that the arrest warrants were issued for officers Brett Hankerson, Jonathan Mattingly, and Miles Cosgrove for the murder of American citizen Breonna Taylor. If you could find some way to do that, citizens really are looking for justice in this case. Thanks. Okay, bye.
We are
Next.
now connecting you to the New York City office of Councilmember Farrah Lewis.
Sorry,
Jenna Calderoni.
is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Yes, hey, I've just received this information. Was told to call this number. An American citizen. I'm looking for the arrest warrants to be issued for Brett Hankerson, Jonathan Mattingly, and Miles Cosgrove of the Louisville Metropolitan Police Department for the murder of American citizen Breonna Taylor. We would appreciate, as American citizens, that you get behind justice and be on the right side of history. Thank you.
We are now connecting you to the New York City office of Councilmember Barry Groden-Cheek.
Sorry,
Councilmember Barry Grudenchik.
is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Yes, hi, council member. This is a concerned citizen just calling to remind you that the officers who murdered American citizen Breonna Taylor in her home without cause have still not been brought to justice. Officers from the Louisville Metropolitan Police Department, Brett Hankerson, Jonathan Mattingly, and Miles Cosgrove, are still at large. Please do the right thing and pursue justice in this matter. Thank you.
We are now connecting you to the New York City office of Councilmember Justin Brannan.
I got time today. Today I got time.
You've reached Councilman Justin Brannan's legislative office at City Hall. Please leave a message and someone will get back to you. Thanks.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hey, Justin, man, big fan of your work. Council member, I'm sorry. Quick question. It was just reminded of me that today's July 1st, and the officers who killed Breonna Taylor, American citizen, in her home, has still not been arrested. And I was wondering if you're going to find some time in your day to pursue justice in that matter. The rest of us American citizens are really concerned. Brett Hankerson, Jonathan Mattingly, and Miles Cosgrove are all three menaces to society, and they're at large currently. So we would appreciate some type of follow-up. Thanks. Let me know, okay?
We are now connecting you to the New York City office of Councilmember Francisco Moya.
Yeah, they clock out. No, they're not accepting any voicemails, John. But you got to do it anyway.
Sorry, Francisco Moya is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi, council member. I'm a concerned citizen calling to follow up on whether or not arrest warrants will be issued for the 3 Louisville Metropolitan Police Department officers who executed Breonna Taylor, an American citizen who was at home, in her own home, defending her home. The officers named, in case you forgot, Brett Hankerson, Jonathan Mattingly, and Miles Cosgrove. We're looking for you to be on the right side of history and pursue justice for her family. Thank you.
We are now connecting you to the...
All right. I think that's enough for today. Hey, look. So there's that. Not a publicity stunt. Not at all. It's just something I wanted to do today, and I wanted to do that live with y'all. So maybe it will inspire you to do the same. If you can be on the phone for Ticketmaster, restaurant reservations, stand in line for Jay's. We can do that. Imagine if we all did that. So put the pressure on them, man. Don't let up. It's July 1st. All right. So there's that. Let's keep it moving. In other July 1st news, guess who got paid today again? This is an outstanding story. I've heard it before, but I never really paid attention. But for baseball fans, today is known as Bobby Bonilla Day. Why is today known as Bobby Bonilla Day? It's because Bobby Bonilla, former New York Mets player, signed an insane deal, which the team agreed to. Because the year that they agreed to this deal, which was well over 20 years ago, the team had been, this is so dumb. I read this today. It was a trending topic. It came and went, so you might have to look for it. So the team at the time, New York Mets, had invested their money, private company, they can do what they want, had invested into a Bernie Madoff Ponzi level. Like, remember the Ponzi scheme? Bernie Madoff, he went to jail for taking all them people money. Well, the Mets as an organization had invested in him. So that year, they lost all the money. So they weren't able to, it was a negotiation year. They weren't able to get what he necessarily was negotiating for. So they was like, how about this? We pay you X amount. It was like a $5 million deal. Him and his agents negotiated 8% interest. $5 million, which mathematically turned into, from 2011 to 2035, every year on July 1st, he gets like $1.3 million. He hasn't played for the Mets since 1999. He started getting paid in 2011, $1.3 million, and he gets it every year until 2035. Bobby Bonilla, you are, no, wait a minute. New York Mets, you.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.
Who negotiated that deal? That is amazing. And it's funny, I did the research. I was looking, he's not the only one. Like, there's like 6 or 7 players walking around who signed those similar type of deals under similar circumstances. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, there's one guy, his deal was in the 80s, and it's still going to like 2022. Now, what you don't know, Bobby Bonilla, the 1.3 every year, July 1st, he also gets $500,000, from a deal struck between, I forget, it was another team and the Orioles, and he never even played for them. I was raised wrong, man. I missed all that. I just missed all that. I didn't go into baseball. Goodness. So he getting 1.8 a year and ain't played for the Mets since 99. Amazing. Bobby Bonilla, you're the man of the week, baby. Shout out to all the people watching in Canada right now. Today is Canada Day. I don't even know what that means. I don't know if it's Canadian independence or whatever. I saw the headline. It screamed past me on my timeline. I didn't take the time to look at it because, Canada, I mess with y'all. It's cool, but I don't really know. I don't really know, July 1st, what it means. Somebody will tell me and I'll post it on there. John says, Gilbert Arenas and Juwan Howard, they both, they got some crazy deals like that. And then there were, I think they may be done though. Also Rashad, what was Rashad's name? He played for the Magic, played for the Wizards. He got a similar situation, but the best one, it's a teachable moment right here. The best one, you can Google this because I know I don't have all the details right, but when the ABA merged into the NBA was back, this is what, late 70s or whatever. The NBA was really trying to hustle the ABA, but there was this one owner of a team called the St. Louis Spirit, I believe. He was a Middle Easterner, and his whole thing was, I see what y'all doing, And I believe y'all lowballing us, but I also believe that the machine that y'all coming in with and the vision y'all have is going to work. And I believe with TV rights in the future, it's going to be a big deal. So yeah, I'll sell you my team. He was a franchise owner. I'll sell you my team for TV rights in perpetuity. That's right. Dictionary.com. Go see what perpetuity means. He gets a percentage of the TV rights from the NBA for selling his franchise in the 70s forever. And I believe the percentage he gets is so small. It's point something percent of TV rights, and it equals out to hundreds of millions of dollars every year. A former team owner that hasn't owned a team in 40 years. St. Louis Spirit. It's my favorite non-existent team ever of all time. Rashard Lewis, that's what it is. Rashard Lewis. All right, let's keep it moving. It's a lot to talk about today. But yeah, so July is here. Oh yeah, let's not forget also, while we're not forgetting about Breonna Taylor, it's a couple things that that like happened a couple weeks ago, and y'all just let them go. Remember during the protests when everything was dark, there was nothing going on. TV sucked. There was not even a hint of sports coming back. It was like day 2 of the protest. Do you remember when and America was in the streets? You remember the UFO stuff that was floating, pun intended, floating around social media? Like, I saw one, it was like, even the aliens know that America is jacked up. And it was like current video. That's the thing. I don't know if it was current. I think it was. Could have been some old tape, but they were like over like 3 American cities. And it was clearly some items moving and appearing in a way that's not terrestrial. Like, am I the only one that saw that? It came for like a day. And then the next day we was talking about something else. Okay. Y'all remember? We kind of let that go. Like, that just disappeared. That vaporized. And I was like, and I'm watching, I'm like, good. All right. It's about that time. They about to drop. They about to expose the aliens is about to be real. And we just let it go. And now it's gone. There's another thing we let go. We got short attention span. I don't know how we get over that. Is it possible? But the QAnon. Remember QAnon took over? No, I'm sorry. Not QAnon. Anonymous. QAnon and Anonymous are 2 totally different things. Remember when Anonymous came back? We have been waiting for Anonymous, right? Because they've been for years. We about to drop the bomb. We about to let them have it. And then they disappeared. We like, did they get all of them? Y'all all went to jail? Or did they pay y'all off? Well, anyway, they came back for like a week with the hashtag op eaters. Did you see op eaters? When they laid out all the, they was like Ellen DeGeneres is on house arrest, Hillary Clinton, everybody's on charge. America, the world is closed, but that's because these people are on trial, these child traffickers, and here are the paperwork, and here's the statements against the president, and the president, allegedly with a 10-year-old boy and all that, and they got pictures, and they like, tomorrow we dropping all of it, and then that shit just went away. Like, what happened? Like, where'd it go? Where's the information? Is that real or is it not? Like, they literally took over the internet for like a day, and then it just disappeared. And who killed Jeffrey Epstein? Did they fix that? Did they finish that? Because how your death ruled a homicide? They say you killed yourself. Then the ME says it's a homicide. And then the news media is just like, all right. Hey, man. All right. Keep it moving. I just be wanting to know, man, where this stuff be going, man. Because they'll throw it in your face for like 48 hours. It's a 48-hour news cycle, man. We get them hard. Pause for 48 hours, and then it's like a bad Viagra. It's 48 hours, and then it just lets you back down. That's terrible. All right, speaking of letdown, man, Terry Crews is in the news again. Let me he's in social media again. I'm sorry. It's not really news. This is not really even a story. It's a non-story. However, he keeps finding a way to insert himself into a conversation that no one invited him to. And it's unfortunate because everybody's entitled to their opinion. But his is just like bad. And just mistimed and tone deaf and unwarranted and unasked unsolicited. So it's kind of wild. Let me tell you what he said recently, right? So he's always a defender of like something that nobody asked to be defended. And he finds a way to just, for lack of a better word, put his foot in his mouth. And so with this one, hold on. All right, this is what he said. This was a couple days ago. Actually, it was yesterday. If you are, was listed as yesterday. If you are a child of God, this is Terry Crews, you are my brother and sister. I have family of every race, creed, and ideology. We must ensure that hashtag Black Lives Matter doesn't morph into hashtag Black Lives Better. Like, what? Like, what are you even talking? Stay on code, man. You keep trying to turn the page, and we still working our way down. We're reading from left to right, top to bottom. You keep turning the page, man. You keep trying to, well, let's read this book. No, we're still on this book, man. Stay on code. Like, you really alienating yourself with this whole. He's putting himself on an island. It's like you're trying to defend the voiceless, but the voiceless, whoever you're trying to defend, is like we can speak. Like you don't have to say that. Like it's unnecessary. It's almost like you be somewhere and somebody holler out some irrelevant stuff. It's just all right. So I say Black Lives Matter, and then you say All Lives Matter, and then I look at you, and then here come Terry Crews. Well, let's just hope it don't get to Black Lives Better. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Terry, sit the fuck down. Like, what is you? I almost want to be like, whose side are you on? But it's that's too definitive. You just doesn't even make sense. I mean, the position that you're taking, no one is even saying that. Like, it didn't even. That's not even a thing. And for people to have to, if you have to, I'm not for explaining Black Lives Matter. I for one. I told somebody this the other day. I don't even have that conversation. I'm not for explaining, because there are words. I learned English in the first and second grade, same way you did. I learned how to talk, read, and then when I got older, I learned how to go to the dictionary, put thoughts together, and subjects and predicates, and all of that. Like if I have to explain that to you, and why BLM does not take away from ALM, and how ALM is irrelevant if not for BLM. If I got to explain that to you, we don't need to be talking. So for people to keep having to jump out there and rationalize and justify and try to add to and add on and make it fit their own narrative, absolutely ridiculous. Like shut up and sit down, like for real. Unbelievable. I don't even want to call him a Sambo. I don't even want to call him a clown, coon, jigaboo. Those are harsh. I don't want to call Terry Crews a buffoon. I don't want to call him a buck dancing, boot licking trustee. I don't want to do that. That's harsh. No stepping fetches. No watermelon man. I don't want to do that. No house Negro. I don't want to call. That's harsh. I don't want to tear our black brothers down. This ain't the time for that. I wouldn't call him that. But damn, shut up and sit down. So what y'all gonna do, man? Friday. Moving on. Friday, 4th of July. What y'all gonna do? Y'all excited? Juneteenth was right there, man. Juneteenth looking at you like this on Thursday night. That's how Juneteenth looking at you. What you gonna do? All that, don't text me. I don't want to see nothing on your social media. I might go on a purge, a little social media purge this weekend, man. If I see any type of ounce of celebration, if I see any pride for American Independence Day, 4th of July, from any of y'all that was go hard for Juneteenth, and you talking about we Two things can be true. We can multitask, and you get all them people online. Let us have our fun. How come it's always you fake wokes and all? Nah, man, ain't none of that. We not doing it, man. If I see you was go hard about Juneteenth, and then all of a sudden you out here 4th of July it up, man, I don't see no grills. If you cook in private. Cook in private. If you eating, drinking beer, if you sitting out, if you got the family over, you got the lawn chairs out, don't post it. Do maintain some privacy. Please respect my privacy, my family's privacy at this time. Don't put it out there. I listen. I'm not telling you what to do. You can, if you're gonna do it, don't post it. We don't want to see it. We've been eating ribs all our life ever since I was little. We barbecue, man. 4th of July is synonymous with the start of the summer. Barbecue. Don't post. I don't want to see it. You know how hard we worked to have our first Juneteenth last week, our first ever national Juneteenth. You would turn it right around and 4th of July it up. Don't do it. Bum, 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 bum. Don't do it. That's all. I don't even want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the filters over your profile. None of it. I don't want none of that. So whatever you do, don't show me, because I'm about to unfollow. And the blackout's supposed to start on the 7th, and they say everybody wear all black on the 4th. Man, just go dark, man. Don't post. You can do it. You can restrain. You got self-control. I don't see nobody celebrating that, John. Absolutely ridiculous, man. But yeah, so there's that, man. 4th of July is a dead issue. It's a non-issue. And also, let me on a serious note. Let me get serious real quick. And I'm about to invite y'all in for commentary. I got a new feature we're gonna try out. Skype you in. You can just Skype me. If you got Skype, get your Skype ready. You just Skype the name of the show, and I'm gonna bring you in. We're gonna talk about some of the things we talked about today. But here, on a serious note though, this firework shit. So it's a real deal, right? So I'm not trying to scare you. I just want you to, with everything that you have on your plate, put this little garnish on there, right? So let's just say hypothetically, it's not coming from me. I'm not trying to scare you. But let's just say hypothetically there are those that wanted to do you harm, right? And their opportunity to do it was a day when everybody's paying attention to something else, distracted, looking up fireworks, distracted by independence conversation, because the conversation is going to leave. The current conversation that we're having is going to leave this weekend. And it's going to return to, we need to be unified and we all need to come together. And it's going to be all of that. So just hypothetically, that's all taking place. And somebody wanted to do you harm. I think Saturday, this weekend, might be the perfect place to do it. And hypothetically. So I'm just telling you, just be careful, watch your surroundings. And if we can convince our youngsters, your youngsters, I know it's a tradition, I know it's part of your family heritage, but just lay off the fireworks just for this year, just to see what happens. Don't be out there doing them. Just lay off, sacrifice. We foregoed a lot from March to May that we never thought that we could do without, and we did without. Let's try it this weekend. That's from me to you. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not buying into, there's no hearsay. It ain't that I heard nothing. It's just a theory, and I want to see if we can put it in practice. Lay off the fireworks. Don't be out there in the midst of that, because I feel like it'd be a great opportunity for you to be exposed. So someone has been training us over the last 3 weeks to get used to hearing fireworks all hours of the night. So I'm saying, let's try to withhold. I know the kids ran away when I worked today. They were shooting them all. And I didn't get a chance to reach them because I don't have a rapport with those individuals. But if you got a rapport with individuals in your neighborhood and your family, tell them, chill on them joints and don't do it on Saturday. Just see what happens. Just keep your head on the swivel and just watch. That's where I'm at with it. So I'll just leave it like that. But beyond that, yeah, I see a lot of y'all been reading, and that's fine. See a lot of y'all been reading. But yeah, I just want us to be safe and sound this weekend. So, all right. How about that August Alsina though? I know that's what y'all wanted to talk about. So yesterday, if you've been under a rock, Angela Yee's podcast. I don't know if that was her podcast. Well, she had an interview. There's a clip from one of the interviews that she does. She has a podcast called Lip Service, and she didn't hit the jackpot on the last couple. She had Tank on there one time, and Tank said some wild left field type stuff and went viral, and it just put her on the map again. So yesterday she had August Alsina. If you're not familiar with August Alsina, young R&B dude, under 30, and had a string of hits, songwriting, and then he went through something with his family and kind of fell off. The industry is tough. It can be tough on you if you're not solid already. And then he took some losses along the way with family, and so he kind of faded to the background. And according to him, a few years ago, came across Jada Pinkett and her mama, and was really looking for, spiritual guidance in his words. And they kind of formed a friendship that evolved into a relationship. And so during the interview yesterday, he's given all of this and explaining how, he really was. This is how I took it. He was in love with her. That's what he said. And so Angela Yee was like, what you mean in love? He was like, man, I gave myself to her like I've never, ever give to no person ever in life. And he said, and he talks like Trey Songz sings. So he got a little bit of a yodel sheep bag going. So I talked to, it was at a time when Will and Jada, they had moved on from romantic physicality onto a life partnership, basically saying that Will and Jada they ain't really on that level no more. So he said Will actually said him. This is in his words. I'm not gossiping. He said Will told him that you good. He blessed off on him. He gave him the blessing, and basically against him, essentially gave him permission to do whatever was happening with Jada. So this came out yesterday. Now this had floated around a little bit on the internet a couple years ago, but him sitting there saying it, confirmed it. So the internet went nuts. The memes just was flowing. The comedy, the roasting, the speculation, the criticisms, the scrutiny. They just went nuts. And so here's my theory though. I got a theory, because it was so much, my mind just started going soon as I'm watching the interview. I'm like, all right, first of all, my dude, what is this hairstyle you're doing? Like Andre 3000 started that way. So you can't blame all of the quirky bohemianness on Erykah Badu. He started that way, because we all know Erykah Badu, allegedly, she got a transformer box. As you deal with her, you get that box and you transform. She be transforming dudes. So, yeah. But August, he's sitting in there with his hair. You got to see the video. I wanted to show it earlier, but I wasn't sure about the copyrights. But he had his hair I Google Mary McLeod Bethune. That's what I want you to do. Google actually put in these words, a young Mary McLeod Bethune, 1C. Mary McLeod Bethune, a young one. And then goes Google August Alsina with Angela Yee, same hairstyle. I'm like, what are you doing, fam? What are you going through something? All right, that's fine. Not judging, no scrutiny. So I seen that. Then I was like, I had to think about when he said Will gave him permission. I'm like, hey man, we've heard about Will and Jada and their open relationship for years and years and years. I don't care. No judgment. I lived in Hollywood, and they used to tell us when I lived in LA, they used to say everything you hear about people in town is true. It's only when you leave town, it's a rumor. So that wasn't a surprise. But I was like, man, ain't no way in the world, from all the stuff I heard about Will, man, and as open as they are, ain't no way in the world he gave his wife a hall pass to get a piece of that without trying to get a piece of that. That's just my theory. That's what I think. Hey man, I ain't judging, but I feel like it was more of a situation with everybody was involved. And I can't wait for the red table talk. This needs to happen now. You know, Snoop called Gail a funky dog head bitch. He was on the red table talk the next day. We need her mama to be on the other side of the table, and she need to fess up. I heard she's already disputing his claims or whatever. But that man, you could tell that man, his soul was hurt. Because he was heartbroken because he was all the way in. I don't know if he thought she was going to leave Will or whatever. Now you ain't got Will money, champ. They can be life partners, but you still got the name on that joint bank account. Be for real with yourself. Yeah. So there's that. Check out that interview. It's interesting. So wait a minute, hold on, Devin. So do I think August had sex with Will? No, I don't think that. You said that. I didn't say that. A thruple. That's a funny word. A thruple, Mimi. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. I didn't say that. All right. I'm going to open up the Skype line right now. Open up the Skype line so I can go back and watch my favorite TV show. What y'all watching now, man? It's like I'm at the end of TV, and it ain't a lot. It ain't a lot on, but I tell you what, To Catch a Smuggler, man, To Catch a Smuggler, one of the greatest shows on, man. These people, they be at airports. I think it's on National Geographic. They be on airports all over the world catching people trafficking dope. And you think that people would know and try not to get caught, but every episode it's 10 storylines. 10 storylines. All right. Cash App, Patreon. Also visit our sponsor. And this commercial time. And download the Humor Mill app. All right. So if you want to get in on the conversation, jump in on some TMZ type and Skype in. Man, all you got to do is go to Skype, look for Let's Go Live, and hit that call button. I'll bring you on the show. And that's how we're going to rock that. And I got a new campaign that I'm doing also. It's a personal campaign. And it's shout out to Roland Martin. That's my new campaign. I'll be watching the show every day. And I'll be like, damn, he had me on the show for 5 years and never let me talk. So now I had to come and start my own show. So shout out to Roland Martin. I'm going to do that every day at the end of the show. Till I piss him off. I'm going to find a way to piss him off. That's my man, though, but I'm going to agitate and antagonize Roland for never letting me talk. I'll be watching the people he have on the show right now, and I'm like, oh, all right. So, all right. So if you got Skype, man, Skype in. Let's Go Live. I'll pull you up, bring you on the show. It's about Bobby Bonilla, Canada Day, Breonna Taylor, Anonymous, and the UFOs and the cases against Trump that somebody said were fake. August Alsina. 4th of July. Are you celebrating? Are you posting that you celebrate? And Terry Crews, what's your opinion on that? Does he have a right to say what he's saying? Is he on base? Is he off the mark? What is he doing? All right. First person. Oh, so nobody got Skype now? Get out of here. All right, I'll keep it moving till you call in. Till I hit a little scoot-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Scoot-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. All right, so look here. This is what I was thinking about. Music, man. I was driving in the work this morning, and I was just thinking about. I heard this song, so I'll be specific. So Lil Baby got a song called "Big Picture," which is amazing, and he wrote it like right at the height of the protest when everybody was emotional, everybody's activism gland was activated, and he really hit some points that sit there make you. I mean, the beat go and all that. But he really put some lyrics in there that was really, really woke, if you will, right? So then I hear this new song today. It's not new, but it's in A rotation. And if you know anything about music, A rotation that's a song that they play at the top of the hour every hour because it's popular. And it's a song by DaBaby, right? And in it, I kill you, I killed you again. I'm riding around with the thing on my lap, and blah, blah, blah. I'm sipping on this, I'm doing it. And I was thinking, man, wait a minute. Nah, after June, like, we can't go back to that. Like, I really felt like some kind of way where I was like, yo, and I asked a musical artist that we interviewed on Karen Hunter last week. I asked him, "Do you think the music got to change?" Right, and that's an age-old argument. It's not a new argument, and I know this, but I think like you tearing down these monuments and these statues to a history that degrades you, a heritage that degrades you. I was like, yo, we got to revamp this music situation from the inside out, like for real. And I ain't saying this just because I'm old. I was in radio for 20 years, so don't play with me. Play with your toys. I really feel like we can't go back. Like it's got to be a way where, and I'm not talking censorship. I'm saying I cannot believably wag my finger and say, this, we're not going to tolerate this oppressive this, and we're not going to tolerate you doing this and us, and appropriation and degradation and disrespect and blah, blah, blah. And then embrace this music that's like literally every other bar is "I kill you." Like, it's not going to be that can't work. That's hypocritical. And this ain't the same as that whole "what about black on black crimes?" It's not that argument. We're not doing that. What I'm saying is this: you can't. We can no longer, because and I'll tell you why. Here's a secret most of y'all may not know. That type of radio, we didn't do that. We played into that, but that was changed for us. Black radio and quote unquote hip hop format was adjusted many years ago, mid to late 90s, to take the empowerment out of the music because they knew the effect that the empowerment would have. And not to blame us. I'm not victim blaming. I'm not blaming us, because you throw anything at me that's the lowest common denominator, I'm gonna gravitate to it because that's the easiest. It's the lowest common denominator. It's the thing amongst us that we all can relate to. You try to go and elevate and higher, it's gonna take a little bit more time for me to relate to that. So you throw me the easy, money, bitches, hoes, drugs, killing. That's easy. On a lower level, my lower self can relate to that. I'm a party to it. But if you make that for mainstream consumption, I think coming out of what we just came through in June and the end of May, I think that's got to switch. It's got to switch back. And that era was built out of these hip hop formatted stations that were owned by corporate white entities, white people programming music to black people, that was detrimental to themselves, and us just being happy to have our sound being played. I think we got to go back. We got to snatch that. I mean, especially with the BET Awards on Sunday and how they were, I think we got to reverse it. And now is the time. If we don't do it now, we're not going to do it. There should be a thing. Here's my plan of action. And I've been holding on to this for years. For years. Never had an opportunity to present it. But I feel like, so don't nobody want to Skype in and talk? All right, whatever. I feel like we got to treat music, our music, we got to give it a rating system. You have to. Because we turn a deaf ear and we turn a blind eye because it's the music we grew up on. And we think, that's just their music. Nah, it's not the same. We grew up with the birth of hip hop. These last two generations grow up with it already being a fully developed adult, if that makes any sense. It was new, and we saw the new stages of it for us. But now these kids are getting programmed, literally programmed. And the unfortunate part, the part you don't know, because you don't have no knowledge of what goes on the radio station. It's like what they do for black stations is different than what they do at white stations. White stations really don't let that shit fly. They don't endorse or embrace music that is self-destructive to white people in their culture. but our stations do it. And you got to ask yourself why. And you'd be like, well, they got a black program director, and the artist is black, and the label is a black label. Nah, it comes from the top down, not from the bottom up. The artist, he just want to get his family out the hood, want to get his mama a house. He gonna rap about whatever sells. But from the top down, there needs to be a confrontation. The same way we having these confrontations with these corporate places, it's got to be somebody at the table saying, "Hey, look here, man. We don't want no music on this station that talks about shooting a black man shooting another black man in the face." So, and between the hours of 6 a.m. and 10 p.m., we don't think that type of material is for mainstream consumption. Do what you want after hours, just like R-rated shit. Like when network television is network television because it's free. You want to see some wild shit, you got to go to the movies. You got to pay for it. Or you got to turn the cable. You got to pay for it. But network television, the free shit, is for mainstream consumption. So you're not going to get no super wild themes. Radio should be the same way because it's free. And you can't escape it. It's in the air. And it's where your kids is at. It's where you at. And it's programming you all day and all night. And I'm listening to the song. I go back to the song, listen to Kanye, and I felt weird. Because I was like, nah, we was just 2 weeks ago. Nah. You can't be, this can't be the song in a rotation playing at the top of every hour. Here's that new one. And he like, I killed before and I kill again. And I'm riding around with the thing on the lap and sipping that lean. No. That shouldn't be for free. That's what I'm saying. I'm not censoring. I'm not being the old guy in the club. Oh, what is this music? I'm saying that shouldn't be for free. That shouldn't be for mainstream consumption. The destruction of me by me. Did you know? I'll tell you this. I won't get too deep. Did you know that most labels and recording artists, well, this is back before, a lot of stuff that comes out now is independent. I did it in my room, put it to SoundCloud. A lot of people listen to it. Radio stations consider it popular, and then they start playing it, right? But before, you had to go through a label. You don't have to do that no more. But did you know that white stations, and I'm not making this up. I ain't being all black power. I'm just telling you, I'm giving you some real shit. White stations would have different versions of the same song with certain words taken out. The same song. Why? If you knew that, why would you tolerate that? So the same song could have me on my station that I listen to all day, that my kids listen to all day, that's constantly programming me, where he says, I will shoot that brother in the face. I'll kill you. I'll kill everybody look like you. And you let that fly. But you say something about, let's just say, another community or another lifestyle. On the white station, they'll take out the other stuff, but leave the black killing in there. That shit's wild. And I'm saying after June, the June that we had, we can't necessarily go back to that. I'm not saying you can't party and feel good. I'm not saying you can't bust shots in a song. I'm saying it should not be for mainstream consumption. It should not. Not after the case we made in June as a people. The case we brought to the courtroom and said, Your Honor, exhibit fucking A. It's knowing a world that these radio stations, these urban radio stations, playing these promos, and we're committed to Black Lives Matter, and we're committed in America's systemic racism. And now that we all one and we can get together and make sure there's blackness and power to the people and all this. And then the next song is, I'm gonna kill you and everybody looking like you. It can't go no more. It can't go no more. Not for mainstream consumption. That's got to be after hours. It's like rated R. At the very least, there's got to be a lobby. There's got to be a committee that's like, all right, we're with the so and so monitor here. I'm not going to censor your music. As a collective, we got to be like, I'm not going to censor your music. I'm not going to tell you can't make this music. But here's a list of the things that you can't put in the song and expect it to get played on this station. I'm telling you, White formatted radio stations do it. I'm telling you. I'm not guessing. I'm not suggesting. They do it. And we got to think about it. We got to think about it. Because the music is a soundtrack. It's a theme. It's theme music to killing. How you got theme music for killing? After the June we had. Like, and I seen a lot of rappers, hardcore rappers, being real thoughtful on social media, introspective, and being like, oh man, it's really crazy, and I got a voice and I need to use it, blah, blah, blah. That music should no longer be able to be made and then used for mainstream consumption. That's just my theory. It's my opinion. Nobody wanted to come in and talk about that, so I tried to open the phone line. But hey, we'll bring that back. I didn't want to be so serious today, but I thought about that drive. I was literally driving and hearing the song. I was like, how? Y'all just played a promo. Like this radio, how? You just played a promo. Celebrating, uplifting the culture. We are the culture. And da-da-da. And I'm like, that can't be the culture. Not after this June we just had. Not after the case we just made. I ain't saying everything gotta be positive. Everything don't even have to be Black Power. You ever listen to your alternative pop station in your market, whatever city you're in? Do this. I'm about to get off. Do this next time. Listen to a few songs, and then turn to your Black station and listen to a few songs, and tell me if you feel different. Tell me if you feel different. Like if your body feels different. I don't want to get too deep. Tell me if your body feels different. We'll talk about it later. So I'm not saying we can't party. I'm not saying we can't bust shots and put two in the head. But that shit got to be after hours. That shit can't be for mainstream consumption. I got to pay for that. That's got to be on my own time. SoundCloud, whatever. Just like cable. Oh, now you want to talk. Who was that? Hold up. Somebody, I seen, oh, you want to add me on Skype? Is you calling in? You waving. You chat. Somebody, okay. So my sister adds me on Skype to chat. I was looking for a phone call. You got to learn how to use Skype. Anyway, but yeah, so I was stopping at Devin. Okay, this is the last comment. It's a great question. Devin, why am I stopping at daytime? I'm stopping at daytime because I'm just being fair. Because I'm not trying to make everybody, super, super activated and super Black Power. I'm just trying to be realistic. But it should no longer, we as a people, as a consumer, should no longer allow you to even make that type of music. It should be frowned upon. You should go in the studio as an artist, whether you thug, hood, no education or not, you make good songs, whatever, you go in the you should be coming to that verse in that bar and like, they're not gonna play this. This should be that level of recognition. But anyway, all right, as always, we come to the end of the show. I'm over time. A word from our elder. In a segment I like to call Hi Dad.
Happy every day. This is Alpha Papa's Reflections for today. The 4th of July is approaching this weekend. So stay alert and be safe. What may sound like firecrackers may be guns going off in your direction. This is not the time for you to be lax in your choices as to where you want to be this weekend. As long as statues are removed down along with the movement, nobody is safe. This is not our holiday. We were stolen from our homeland, and the Native Americans had their land stolen from them. Our Freedom Day has not arrived because we haven't gotten our 40 acres and a mule yet. 40% of the people in this country do not agree with our beliefs and don't care what we think. Keep them in front of you and don't let them infiltrate the movement to destroy it from within. I use this time of the year to refresh myself for the rest of the year. Every day is a learning experience. Remember, our story is never ending. Peace and blessings from Alpha Papa.
All right, there it is, folks. Alpha Papa, call sign Alpha Papa, word from our elder. All right, make sure you visit drunkenfruit.com and also become a patron at my Patreon, Mr. Lamont King. And make sure you turn on your notifications, YouTube as well, so you can get when this happens every day, 6 to 7 East Coast time. Tell your friends on the West Coast, turn the notifications on, repost, share when you see it, and and all of that. And I'll see y'all next time, Lord willing. Thanks y'all for hanging out and tuning in. Thanks to all my new sponsors and people that donated. If you just give up $1, we good to go. I will survive. I'll be back tomorrow. Special guest tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about. Well, I ain't gonna tell you. You just be here. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. And if you do,